Sup guys, today we're going to be doing a bit of a different kind of video. We'll be looking at South Korean social media influencer and Instagram model Hwang Chul and discuss whether or not he can make it as an IFBB pro. He has over 500,000 followers on Instagram and is one of the most popular bodybuilders in Asia, if not the world in general. So a lot of people think, wow, this guy looks so good, how is he not Mr. Olympia? Chul is technically a pro bodybuilder, just not within the IFBB. Instead, he's with the Fitness Universe, which runs the Muscle Mania competitions, where Chul has had quite good success, finishing first place at 6 Muscle Manias since 2009. But the Muscle Mania and Fitness Universe are kind of a joke. They're not nearly the same caliber as the IFBB, and they claim to drug test all of their athletes, and that all of their athletes are completely natural. Furthermore, Chul claims that he is natural, calling himself one of the most popular natural bodybuilders and sports models in the world. So, to see whether or not we can believe this, let's look at this transformation photo from him at the age of 20 to him at the age of 30. Obviously a night and day difference. He doesn't even look like the same person. And it's important to note that in the 20-year-old photo, he isn't completely skinny. His chest and arms are of decent size, and he has visible abs. It's honestly a physique that 99% of men would be completely happy with. So he definitely went to the gym and worked out quite a bit at the age of 20 for this photo. And it's reasonable to assume that this is pretty close to his natural limit. So to go from that to what you see on the right is obviously not naturally attainable, and the idea of him being natural really isn't taken seriously by anyone. But regardless of whether or not he is natural, the question is, could Chul be an IFBB pro and compete on the Olympia stage? If you just look at his Instagram, he looks insane, and you would think, how is he not an IFBB pro? This is the uncrowned Mr. Olympia. But Instagram photos are taken with lighting and angles manipulated perfectly to make you look in the best possible light, so you can't take too much stock in Instagram photos. But fortunately for us, Chul has competed many times at Muscle Mania competitions, and we can use these competition photos to compare him to top-level Olympians and see how he stacks up. We'll be comparing him to Roly Winkler, a top-tier IFBB pro, but not a Mr. Olympia. The purpose of this comparison is to see whether Chul could be an Olympia competitor, not necessarily Mr. Olympia. First off, let's compare the front double bicep. You can see here, Roly is much fuller. The bicep peaks are much higher, and Roly has much better defined abdominals as well. In the chest is where there is the least difference between the two of them. The chest is a genetic strong point for Chul but even so, Roly's chest is still much thicker and more developed. Next off, let's look at the back lat spread. From the back, you can really see the difference between the two of them. Roly's lats are far wider than Chul It's not even close. Soon's back is probably his weakest area. It's just so small. You don't see much separation or detail at all. Also look at the glutes. Roly has crazy striations on the glutes, and the insertions into the hamstrings are very sharp. Compare that to Chul Because of his posing trunks, it's hard to see exactly what his glutes look like, but they obviously aren't as shredded as Roly's. So Roly easily wins this pose over Chul Next off, let's compare the biceps. These aren't perfect pictures because they're not hitting the same poses, but it's still good enough to get some good comparisons. Chul looks very good in this pose, especially in the upper body. The chest is very full and he has some great vascularity in the biceps and shoulders. But when you go down to the legs, it's a different story. His legs don't keep up with his upper body. The size isn't there and the separation isn't there. You can't see a defined sartorius muscle at all. Roly, on the other hand, is much thicker and fuller in the legs. And he has great separation between the hamstring and quads as well. And finally, we have the front relaxed. For Chul again, his chest is a genetic strong point, and his delts are also very well developed. But there are a few major flaws in his physique that would keep him from placing well at the Olympia or any IFBB pro show. First is the midsection. The obliques are too big, and it really throws off the V-taper and looks really weird. And also his legs. In this picture, you can really see how his legs are lacking. The quads are so underdeveloped, you can't see the sartorius muscles at all. Compare this to Roly Winkler. He has clear separation in the quads, and also they are much fuller. So, while Roly and Chul aren't that far off in the upper body, Roly has a set of wheels that match the development of his upper body. So he has a balanced and complete package. Chul on the other hand, his legs are so small, they make him look top-heavy and disproportional. As to the question of whether Chul could be a top-level Olympia competitor, the simple answer is no, not even close. But that's not to say he isn't successful. He has 500,000 Instagram followers, and I'm sure he makes a lot of money from selling courses and getting various promotions because of his status as a social media influencer. He probably makes a lot more than any prize money you can make by winning the Olympia. But what say you? Do you think it's fair to say Rolly Winkler has a far superior bodybuilding physique? Do you think Hwang Chul could be uncrowned Mr. Olympia? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll be back with more bodybuilding news and content.